What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have some really exciting new card reveals from the Japanese Gloria of Team Rocket set. This set is going to be our North American International Championship set coming out later this year in May, which is going to be called Destined Rivals. This is the second half of that set. We saw the first half with the Japanese Heatwave Arena cards, and now we've gotten the Gloria of Team Rocket set revealed, and this set looks really cool. Obviously, we don't have the full card reveals from the set yet. However, we do have the Rockets Mewtwo as well as a bunch of other cool cards that we're going to jump into here today. Obviously, I'm not in my normal recording setup. We are here in Stockholm for the Stockholm Regional Championships this weekend, but wanted to get this video out to you guys as quickly as possible. So we're going to start off looking at these cards, starting out with Team Rocket's Tarantula and Spidops. The only notable thing about the Tarantula is it does have 50 HP, which is a little bit unfortunate. Obviously, it dies to Dusclops and can be KO'd by the Dragapult's Phantom Dive attack. However, the Team Rocket Spidops is really cool. It has the Charge Up ability that says once during your turn, you may attach a basic energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. That is very reminiscent of the Naganadel from Lost Thunder back in the day. Very strong ability. And then the Rocket Rush attack for Grass and Colorless. This attack does 30 damage for each of your Team Rockets Pokemon in play. So this Pokemon, if you have 6 Team Rockets Pokemon in play, can do 180 damage. That's one-shotting Charizard EXs. That's one-shotting Garchomp EXs with weakness. Seems like a very strong card, but obviously we needed to see what we're going to be pairing this Spidops with in the Team Rockets deck, and that is going to be the Team Rockets Mewtwo EX. This thing is crazy. First of all, it has 280 HP as a basic Pokemon. That's really cool for a basic Pokemon. Very high HP, obviously, and Zoroark EX is a stage 1 Pokemon. It has the same amount of HP, so that is certainly something interesting to note there. We can boost the HP of this Rockets Mewtwo with Bravery Charms, give it 330 HP, or even a Hero's Cape, give it 380 HP as a basic Pokemon. So that's pretty crazy. But it does have the Power Saver ability, which says this Pokemon can't attack unless you have 4 or more Team Rockets Pokemon in play. So you're going to have to pair this guy with Rockets Pokemon, or else he's not going to be able to attack. And that's notable because you can't play it in like Gardevoir EX decks to power it up, even though it's a psychic Pokemon. You'd have to have 4 or more Team Rockets Pokemon in play, and that's going to be a little bit difficult to do in Gardevoir decks. And so you're going to have to play this in a Rocket deck. That's what that ability says. And then it has the Deletion Sphere attack for Psychic Colorless. Does 160 damage, and you may discard up to 2 energy from your benched Pokemon. This attack does 60 more damage for each card discarded in this way. So obviously we're pairing this with the Spidops. The Spidops gets energy back from the discard pile, and we discard it off the Spidops with the Mewtwo attack. We can do 280 damage with Rockets Mewtwo. Obviously, we can boost that damage in a bunch of ways. We could use, for example, the Max Belt A-Spec, where we could hit 330 damage. That would be very strong, and I think there's a few other ways we could boost that damage. For example, if we could poison the Mewtwo somehow, Binding Mochi could get us to 320 damage. So a bunch of different ways to boost that damage output if you want to hit more than 280, but hitting 280 and discarding that energy off your Spidops is going to be very strong. We will see later in this video, there is a great way to power up the Rockets Mewtwo EX. And the other thing to note is like Penny can just scoop up the Rockets Mewtwo EX and all cards attached to it because it's a basic. So you can have like a 330 HP Rockets Mewtwo EX with a Bravery Charm on it and then just like pick that guy up with a Penny. That seems insane. So very strong card, very strong attack, great ways to boost the damage output higher than 280 if you need to. And the Spidops obviously pairs perfectly with this Mewtwo. We have a few more Pokemon that have been revealed. We have Rockets Meowth, which has the Catnap attack. Choose a random card from your opponent's hand and shuffle it into their deck. And then there's the Rockets Persian EX, which has a funny attack. I don't think either of these are very good, but it has the Haughty Orders attack. Your opponent reveals the top 10 cards of their deck, and you choose an attack from a Pokemon you find there and use it as this attack. And then it has the other attack for 140 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. So neither of these very good, but kind of funny. And then we have the Porygon line. The Rockets Porygon has the hacking attack for 1 colorless energy. You discard a card from your hand, then your opponent discards a card from their hand. Not very good. And then the Porygon 2 has for 3 colorless energy. This attack does 20 damage for each supporter in your discard pile with Team Rocket in its name. So we'll see later on in the video there are Team Rocket supporters in the set. Then Rocket's Porygon Z has the Reconstitute ability. You must discard 2 cards from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw a card. So interesting draw ability, but on a stage 2, probably not going to be very good. And then for 2 colorless, it has the same attack as the Porygon 2, where it does 20 damage for each supporter in your discard pile with Team Rocket in its name. I don't think these are ultimately very good. It's interesting to have a little bit of draw power with the Porygon Z, but to be honest with you, I'm not sure you're going to play this with the Rockets Mewtwo and the Rockets Spidops. Yeah, probably not quite good enough. But then we get into the really, really crazy trainer cards that Team Rocket has gotten in this set. The Team Rocket's Receiver is an item card that says search your deck for a supporter card with Rocket in its name, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So just item search, go find whatever Team Rocket supporter you want, and the Team Rocket supporters are insane. First off, we have Team Rocket's Ariana. Draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. If all of your Pokemon in play are Rocket's Pokemon, draw until you have 8 cards in your hand instead. Crazy draw support with Team Rocket's Ariana, and you just go find that with the Team Rocket's Receiver. And then we have Team Rocket's Archer. You can play this card only if one of your Team Rocket's Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck. You draw 5, and your opponent draws 3. Insane that we have basically an Unfair Stamp. A little bit, not as bad as Unfair Stamp. Unfair Stamp draws your opponent 2, but this draws your opponent 3. But Unfair Stamp for your Team Rocket deck that can be found with the Team Rocket's Receiver. Great disruption supporter in the Rocket deck. So far, this deck is shaping up to be absolutely crazy. And then finally, we have Team Rocket's Giovanni. Switch your active Rockets Pokemon with one of your benched Team Rockets Pokemon. If you do, switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon with their active Pokemon. Team Rocket's Guzma. This is just Guzma. This is Prime Catcher on your team for your Team Rocket deck. You have Unfair Stamp and Prime Catcher in your Team Rockets deck that can be found with the Team Rockets Receiver item. So you don't need to play Prime Catcher. You don't need to play Unfair Stamp in your Rockets deck. You just have them. Obviously, they're supporters and not items. So not quite as good as the Ace Specs, but that means that you can play something like Max Belt as your Ace Spec in your Team Rocket deck because you can just find these supporters with that Team Rockets Receiver item card. Absolutely crazy. These cards are so powerful. And then finally, we have the way to power up our Rockets Mewtwo. This is Team Rocket's Energy. It is a special energy. This card can only be attached to a Team Rockets Pokemon. If this card is attached to anything other than a Team Rockets Pokemon, discard this card. And then as long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides 2 in any combination of Psychic Energy and Dark Energy. So to power up our Mewtwo EX, we just attach one of these and then need another energy on that Rockets Mewtwo. We'd also use a counter gain if we're behind on prizes to have the Mewtwo fully powered up. But just another energy card on our Rockets Mewtwo, and we can be doing 280 or 330 if we have a Max Belt attached. So very, very strong special energy here. Something to note is it says it also provides Dark Energy, so we obviously haven't seen all of Team Rocket's Pokemon revealed yet. We didn't see any Dark-type Pokemon, but I imagine there will be something good. So if we get like a really busted Dark-type Pokemon, that could be the counter to Mewtwo's as well, because obviously Mewtwo is weak to Dark. But this set is shaping up to be very, very powerful before the North American International Championships. I think this archetype is going to be very, very strong. Just the supporters alone are absolutely busted. The Spidops has a very good ability. The fact that it can one-shot Charizards and Garchomps is really rough for those decks. I think some people were hoping that the Garchomp would be good, but if this Rockets deck is as powerful as it seems, I think Garchomp is going to be in a little bit of trouble. And then we have, obviously, Charizard's been struggling, and I think it just continues to struggle with the reveal of these super powerful cards. But certainly, this is a very interesting deck. Obviously, with the Rockets, energy being a special energy, maybe enhanced hammers become really strong in the format again as well. But yeah, absolutely crazy, crazy powerful cards that we have revealed here today. And very excited to be showing these off for you guys here in this video. But yeah, if you like the videos that we're making here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And we'll see you guys in the next video.